Hi guys, so what I'm going to do in this video is just show you an alternative way to get set up so you can use Python to do data analysis and analyze your data. So the alternative way I'm going to show you in this video is much simpler, in fact, than the one in the previous video. So in the previous video, I kind of outlined very briefly how I use the Anaconda distribution. So I have the Anaconda distribution installed on my computer, and in that distribution I create different environments for different projects, and then I install Python software libraries or packages into those environments using either pip install or a Conda kind of command line prompt, and then I can use Jupyter Notebooks to import the installed packages within those environments and run my data analysis and record the results, and also some markdown text explaining what I've done with my data analysis. So Jupyter Notebooks are the kind of environment that I use for the data analysis, and they're really useful. What I'm going to demonstrate in this video really quickly is another way you can do that. You can sort of get yourself set up using a Jupyter Notebook style environment without having to install anything on your computer and without having to set up separate environments and install packages. And the way you can do that is using Google's Colaboratory. So if I'm currently on a Google Chrome browser, I'm logged into my Gmail account, and if I search Colaboratory, there's the first one that comes up, so Google Colab, and if I click on the link for Google Colab, that'll kind of take me straight into Colaboratory. And what this is a cloud-based instantiation of a Jupyter Notebook. So if I create a new notebook, it'll look quite familiar, it'll look like a Jupyter Notebook. So there you can see, very similar, we've got these code, and let me add a text cell as well, move that to the top. So we've got these text cells, we've got these code cells, so we can put markdown text in explaining what we're doing, and then we can put our code in and run our analysis and see the output and stuff like that. And you'll notice here, it's currently, I'm going to rename this, so let's call it something like example notebook. You'll notice it's got this IPY, I'm renaming it, and it's got this PYMB file name extension. So it's an IPython notebook, just as a Jupyter notebook is an IPython notebook. So what this is doing is it's kind of creating an IPython notebook for us using cloud-based platform. And it's running Python in the background. So let me just put some text on this. So we'll create some text. Example notebook. So if we give it a title like that, and then we can run that cell, and then we can click into another cell. So we can then put some code. One of the good things about this is when you're using the Colab environment, a lot of useful Python libraries and packages are already installed. So you're not having to install them yourself, you can just import them. So we can import, say, pandas as PD, import numpy as MP, as is kind of like common with using those aliases, those shortened aliases, to make it easy to use them. You can see now I've run this cell, it's running at the moment, and it's got a tick next to it saying that's worked fine. So let's add a code cell underneath that, and we could do something like, we just do a little bit of maths. So if y equals 12, x equals 24, then we do x multiplied by y, and then run that cell, and you can see it prints the output underneath. So real easy to get set up. I'm now doing data analysis in Python. I can import other libraries that I might need. I can import my data into this environment, and I can then save these notebooks, and they'll save to my Google Drive. So they'll be stored in my Google Drive. And another thing to note is you can do some quite complex data analysis, or you can run machine learning models or even deep learning models using the Colab environment, because it's not reliant on the computational speed of your own device. So I've got quite a lightweight laptop. It doesn't have a great CPU. It's quite underpowered. So if I had a really big data set, and if I was wanting to do create some sort of deep learning model, it'd probably tie up my laptop for a week. But a slightly more advanced feature of these Google Colab notebooks is you can actually access, you can change the settings. I'm not going to demonstrate that now because we don't really need to. But you can change the settings and you can access graphics processing units, GPUs, and tensor processing units, TPUs, which allow you to gain extra computational power for your analysis, because this is all being done online through the cloud. Okay, so and if I go back to my Colab environment, my drive, you'll be able to see there that that example notebook has been saved in my Google Drive. Okay, so that's all I wanted to demonstrate in this video. It's kind of just an alternative way to get started analyzing data using Python without having to install anything on your device locally. You can sign into your Google account, you can access Google Colab, and you can import the packages you need, and you can import your data set and get started running analyses that way. So a really easy way to get set up using like a cloud browser type of thing. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording now. Hopefully this was useful, and it's kind of just an alternative way. I use Anaconda and I use Jupyter Notebook most of the time, but if I wanted to do some analysis and I had access to an internet connection, maybe occasionally I might use Colab.